Liverpool 3, Brighton nil, and overall a very good result. Very good result against a very good Brighton side. I think in the first half, I think we didn't really control the game that well. I think Brighton had more possession, and my main critique of the performance was the fact that we didn't really control the game because I feel like we are the kind of team that should be dominating games. We should be controlling the games. Like in the Premier League this season, we've averaged the highest possession and normally we're so good at controlling games and winning games in that way. But today it wasn't really a case of control, build up, all of that. It was more about the clinical finishing, the quality, the moments of brilliance. Like it was really about the players connecting with one another in tight spaces and taking their chances when they got them. And I think that's how we won the game. We won the game through our quality. We overpowered Brighton in terms of the quality we have in attack, in terms of the quality we have in midfield. Because defensively, I think we weren't really exposed too much in the first half. Ellison did make a couple saves, but we weren't really getting exposed. We weren't really peppered, I'd say. It was more of a case of Brighton were playing in between the lines, and I didn't really like that because obviously Van Hecker, Dunk, these are very good ball playing centre backs, and obviously Brighton as well. They have good deep line playmakers, deep line players who can progress the ball forward through the lines. And I felt like the issue was Slot didn't really instruct the players to press aggressively. Sometimes we would fall back into a low block, and obviously there was a moment where we almost scored. We almost won back the ball and scored because we pressed aggressively in the first half. It was the moment where Baleba had to almost like control. He managed to control the ball from a really difficult situation. He passed it, but then the person was being put under pressure by Soboslai, the person who received the ball from Baleba. He received the ball from Baleba, then it went out for a throw because Soboslai was putting the guy under pressure and then the guy had to kick it out for a throw in. Those kinds of situations, we need to be pressing like that more often. I felt like we were showing Brighton a bit too much respect in the sense that we weren't really pressing them aggressively, and that's why they were able to play through the lines. That's why they were able to play through the lines a lot, especially in the first half. Second half, they were getting joy in between the lines, but it wasn't as frequent because I think we upped the intensity in the first half and the second half, sorry. And I think overall in the second half we were much better. Even though we did get the goal in the first half with Curtis Jones. I'll touch on that later. By the way, what a cross from Kirkes. Like Kirkes this game, he was fantastic. Phenomenal today he was Kirkes. But overall, you look at if you look at the stats, if you look at the stats for the game, uh if you look at the stats for the game, I think overall we did deserve to win the game. But like I said, in the first half, Brighton had more of the ball. Brighton had more of the ball, and despite the fact that they didn't have too many big chances, they only had one. Still, Brighton was still probing. They were still playing between the lines. They were still managing to get through the center of our midfield. They were still able to run at us. And I feel like if Brighton had a bit more quality in the final third, they could have punished us. And this is why I say we need to fix that in the upcoming game against Forest, because obviously Elliot Anderson, like these kinds of guys are going to be able to play through the lines really well, like if we don't close off the space, but also if we don't press aggressively and force teams to play long, because that is one of the ways in which you negate these kinds of passes in between the lines happening. You don't allow them to even play out from the back because you press aggressively. I feel like we need to have that balance where, yes, sometimes you can fall back into a mid-low block, but you also press aggressively because that's what we used to do so well under Klopp. But I think despite the fact that Brighton dominated the possession in the first half, I think overall we didn't really have to see Alisson make too many saves, too many big saves. It was only really one save I think he had to make, and apart from that, it wasn't really anything too crazy. I think with ourselves in the first half, a lot of our chances were coming in the transition. A lot of them were coming in the transition, and that is the difference. That was the difference today. The difference was Brighton were trying to be more methodical. They were trying to play through the lines. They were trying to really draw us onto them, and then they played through us, whereas we were trying to be more direct. And I like the fact that we are being more direct. We are playing quicker, because sometimes this season we have been too slow, methodical on the ball. But I still feel that at home we should be controlling the game. We should be imposing ourselves onto teams. We shouldn't be rushing to play the ball forward all the time. We need to sometimes put our foot on the ball and be like, let's control the game. Let's play through the lines. Let's work a coordinated attack rather than just rushing to get the ball forward. Let's actually build an attack, because when you build sustained attacks, you create higher XG, you have higher chances overall, rather than just relying on transitions, counter attacks. But overall, in the second half, we definitely improved. You can even see our XG went up in the second half, and we had another big chance in the second half. Brighton didn't have a big chance, despite the fact that they had 10 shots, despite the fact that they had more shots than us in the second half. They didn't really do much to trouble Alisson, and I think you have to give credit to the defense for that. I think Konate and Van Dijk, they weren't really tested today, but I think overall they were good. Kirkes, like I said, what a performance. Jones as well, really, really good. Defensively, we were sound. But really, the game was won in the final third. And it was won in the final third by one man. They tried to say he's washed. They tried to say my goat is washed. Imagine. Mo Salah. Mohamed Salah. They tried to say he's washed. They tried to say he's finished. They tried to say pack up to Saudi, bro. Look at this, bro. Man of the match, bro. Most dribbles in the match. Most chances created in the match. Mo Salah is the perfect example of how form is temporary, class is permanent. Mo Salah, in the past couple of games recently, has been amazing. The game against Sunderland, important assist for Van Dijk. Great corner, great assist. This game today, Salah was absolutely everywhere today. And not just with the attacking side of the game as well. Even defensively, the work rate, the pressing, the ability to track back as well. Like Salah today was absolutely fantastic. The play that he did to get past the defender to win the penalty, like the way he just cut behind the defender, like it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. Like the fact that he's able to do that, the fact that he's able to just go down the outside, like it shows that he's got confidence. He's got his confidence back because he's been playing well recently. He's been playing well recently. Ever since he came back from AFCON, he has been coming up with important goals and assists. In the Newcastle game, he got a goal and an assist. City game, he didn't do anything. But in the Sunderland game, you saw what he did. Today, you saw what he did. Class is always permanent. And with a player like Mo Salah, legend, the GOAT, bro. They try to say he's washed. They try to say all these kinds of things. Jamie Carragher, bro, Mo Salah, what a player, bro. Phenomenal, bro. Like, absolutely phenomenal performance today. And it's the kind of performance that shows why Salah is so important to this team. Why he is still our best player. Why he is still our best attacker. Why he is still one of the best players in the Premier League. Despite the fact that he may not be having the best season for his standards. Like I said, goal and assist today. Salah can have a poor game, but he'll still come up with a goal or an assist. Salah can have an amazing game, and he does what he did in this game. Like Salah, bro, the disrespect that Salah gets, it's actually blasphemous, bro. It's a disgrace. Bro, the ability to create chances, bro. He's not even now in this stage of his career, he's more of a wide playmaker. He's not a prolific touchline winger who's going to beat his man 1v1. But the ability to create chances, bro. The outside of the foot passes, the vision. Bro, it's disgusting, bro. And then the finishing. We all know his finishing, bro. Inside the box, bro. He scored a penalty today, but we all know how elite his finishing is. Even with his right foot, he scored amazing goals for us over the years. Salah, bro, like, the Salah disrespect, it needs to end. Like, honestly, it's an actual disgrace, bro. But honestly, he wasn't the only good player today. McAllister, he was also really good today. McAllister playing through the lines, winning back the ball a lot, winning his duels. As you can see, most duels won 11. McAllister, it's like today it was like 23-24 McAllister. McAllister in the single pivot, like the way he was winning back the ball, the recovery, like the ability to track runners in the box, like McAllister, bro. Like recently he has been playing so well, but because overall our team hasn't been performing well this season, it's gonna go under the radar. But McAllister today, what a performance, man. Like McAllister, bro. Like, bro, McAllister. They tried to say, bro, like I heard certain people would say he should be sold. Like I heard Saul McAllister. I heard, bro. Look at this performance, bro. Like elite performance from McAllister, bro. Really, really good from McAllister. You know, Kirkez as well. Great performance from Kirkez. Like defensively, offensively. That cross for Jones's goal, like bro, like that cross. The ball is moving away from this guy, and he whips in the cross. Like he whips in the cross, bro. Devilish whip, bro. Like Roberto Carlos, like David Beckham whips it in, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Like Kirkez, like bro, like he struggled, like he had a slow start. But now you're starting to see the Bournemouth Kirkez, bro. Now you're starting to see the PFA player, the PFA Kirkez, bro. Now you're starting to see, bro. Kirkez, great today. You know, really, really good. Like against Newcastle, he was good. Even against City, he locked up Semenyo. You know, it's just unfortunate that we lost the game. But Semenyo didn't get any change out of Kirkez. You know, like Semenyo didn't get a goal or an assist. You know, that shows you that Kirk has dealt with him, you know, and that's the thing. Kirk has this season, his 1v1 defending has been elite. Let's be honest, like, defensively, a lot of people say he's erratic, he's this, but bro, 1v1 defending, this guy, bro, you're not getting past him, bro. Like, you're not getting past Kirk has, bro. Elite 1v1 defender, great positioning as well. Like, offensively, like, the crossing, like, bro. Like this is what we saw at Bournemouth, bro. Like elite performance from Kirkez, man. And overall, like the team was good today. Overall, the team was good. You know, obviously certain individuals, maybe like Gakpo, maybe like Wirtz, weren't really in the game that much. There was a one moment from Wirtz though where he almost dribbled past Dunk, and then he almost shot but it got blocked. You know, Wirtz, he wasn't really in the game today. Was a bit underwhelming from him. But he did link up with Chiesa a couple of times. Really, really nice. Chiesa today as a forward, centre forward, his link up play was good. You know, like his link up play was good. And I think it suits him because he doesn't really have the pace to play out wide like here. But his link up play was good today. Gakpo, he was good today as well. Gakpo was really, really good. That pass that he played to Salah for Szoboszlai's goal, like what a pass, like what a pass, bro. Like nobody's gonna talk about that pass, but that pass was great. You know, Szoboszlai, you know, like player of the season, best Premier League midfielder this season, bro. People are not ready for that conversation, but Szoboszlai has been the best midfielder in the Premier League this season. Only because Liverpool have been underperforming this season, nobody's gonna say that. But Szoboszlai has been elite. Like, bro, like, forget about the goals. Forget about, like, bro, the versatility, the work rate, like, the IQ, like, the leadership, like, the mentality, bro. Like, future captain, bro. Like, future captain, bro. Like, future captain, bro. Like, literally, bro, Szoboszlai, what a performance, what a player, bro. Like, what a season he is having, man. What a season. You know, amazing season. But overall, it was a really, really good performance from the boys, in the sense that we were clinical, took our chances, and you have to be proud of that because in certain games this season we've created a lot of chances but we're not clinical enough. And sometimes it's not about having the most possession, it's not about dominating possession, it's about taking chances. That's what matters at the end of the day. Possession doesn't win you games, goals do. And if you don't take your chances, you're not going to score goals. So today we were clinical, we did well, and overall it's very good because we have to win the FA Cup. We have to win the FA Cup. There's no other ways. Premier League, we're done in the title race. Champions League, possibly we could do something in the Champions League, but I feel like in the Champions League it's more about chance. I think we have a squad that's good enough to definitely make quarterfinals, semi-finals of the Champions League, but at the same time, with the injuries we have as well, like it may be a long shot to win the Champions League. FA Cup though, we have to be winning it because at least, obviously, Champions League football is the objective. But if we win the Europa League, if we win the FA Cup, we will be guaranteed Europa League qualification. But I believe we will be guaranteed Europa League qualification depending on where we finish in the Premier League. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but if we win the FA Cup, we are guaranteed European football. So we have to win the FA Cup. We have to. Obviously we need to qualify for the Champions League as well. Try and do well in the Champions League too. But overall, really good performance today from the boys. Defensively, I think we didn't really give Ali too much to worry about. Apart from a couple saves here and there, he didn't really have to do much, Allison. He didn't really have to do much. And overall, it's the kind of result that will help us in the game against Forest on Sunday because Forest, that's no walkover. Like Forest at the City Ground, like very, very good team. They beat us, they've beaten us. We need to get some revenge, against Forest, because the way they beat us, like we need to beat Forest, not just to put pressure on Chelsea and Man United in the Champions League race, but also just to get the mind block of Nottingham Forest out of the players' minds, because if we can beat Forest, to go to a tough stadium like that, get a win, it will help us in the next games ahead. Sure. Good result. Good result. Let's go win the FA Cup, boys. African Don. Signing out.